and welcome to Visionary Voices, a podcast series by TOTHENEW, where we explore the minds shaping the future of business and digital marketing. I am your host, Shruti Tiotia, and today we're diving into a space where innovation meets authenticity, the world of digital marketing in B2B. In this episode, we'll explore how organizations are redefining digital engagement in the construction industry, the role of data and storytelling, and what the future holds as technologies like AI and automation reshape the landscape. Joining us is Ana-Maria, Regional Head of Brand, Digital and Communication for Southeast Asia at Hilti. With a wealth of experience driving impactful strategies across complex markets, Ana brings a unique perspective on B2B brands that can go beyond transactions to build real and human connections. Hi Ana, thank you for doing this with us. We're very happy to have you. I'll get right started with my first question. How is digital marketing reshaping the way companies like Hilti connect with clients, partners, and end users in APAC?
So, hello, thank you for having me. It's great to be here. And I think it's something that we're also discovering a lot as we go. For sure, especially in Asia Pacific, we have a very young, consumer community, younger than in other regions. Also, I would say highly digitalized. So everyone, even in Asia, has a smartphone, has social media. They're very, I think, native users of the platforms. So for any sales company, in our case, we are a direct sales company. It reshapes a little bit the channel mix. How did you engage, interact, and sell your offering and your products to the customer? Digital will inevitably take more and more of a share. I still believe it will not fully replace physical channels. It's more about what will make more sense to do digitally as interactions and what can you convey better, faster, and with more impact on digital channels, and what is then the higher quality interaction that you have on physical channels with your customers. So I think it's still changing. I wouldn't say we fully figured it out, also because in Asia it's a slightly different mix than in Europe or Americas.
Construction brands often face challenges on social media due to complex products and services. How has Hilti been successful in educating and engaging its target audience through digital marketing in APAC? And how do you exactly measure success for digital marketing initiatives? What metrics matters the most to you guys?
So I would say here again, we're learning as we're doing. And first of all, even within Asia Pacific, in our case, we manage everything from India, Southeast Asia to Australia and New Zealand. So I think both expectations, behavior on social media are very different. I'd say the key to success is at the end, give the people what they want. Don't give them what you want, but give them what they want and how they want it. And so here, thankfully, digital marketing comes with a ton of also data that informs you on, let's say, what works, from which type of content format is more engaging. In our case, based on generations, it's a lot more on video, short video formats. For certain other purposes, it can also be infographics, statics, etc. So measure what works, learn as you go. What we look at in terms of KPIs, because you asked, is, what's the content performance, number of impressions, number of clicks, number of, let's say, traffic that we then generate to the respective web pages, landing pages, and then of course conversion. What does it bring? And here I think we don't yet have the perfect formula, because also behaviors change. It's different behaviors also depending on what you're trying to communicate and what your goal is. Is it awareness? Is it, I want to drive some transactions, or I want to drive some, sign-ups, or whatever. So based on that, you adapt, but you listen and you learn from what the customers really tell you through the measurable data that they like. And I'd say also for construction industry, at least in Hilti, we have the bad habit of using a lot of internal lingo, acronyms, very technical data. And for, I would say, certain technically inclined audience like engineers, this might be very, inciting because we are speaking their language. But for a more general audience, it's really also about simplifying and bringing forward the actual, value. What are you proposing? Why is our product better than a competitor product? And that needs to be simple, both because it needs to be easily understood, it needs to be catchy, and that's how you get also other audiences to be interested and listen.
With numerous digital channels, how can a B2B construction brand like Hilti convey a cohesive story that resonates with its target audience?
I think I come back to one of the first questions, which is how is digital playing with the traditional channels? And here again is about having a consistent message across all your channels. Whether, you're a customer and you see a billboard, or you talk to customer service, or you see a sales rep, or you go on the website, we should still be using the same language, the same messaging, the same imagery. That creates, I think, a simplicity of, customer experience for any audience. And so I think it's really having very much that in mind and aligning a little bit all the channels
around connecting the dots.
Exactly. Yeah. It's about, saying if these are the three things to, talk about on this product, whether you're in, sales rep or on the website, those are the three things that should come up over again and have this consistency in messaging. And again, make it simple and speak our customers' language, not our own. And I feel that that's not always easy to do, especially because it does require a change in mindset and a drive for simplification.
How are data and analytics influencing marketing decisions in construction? Can you share an example of how a recent campaign have improved engagement and project outcomes for you?
So I think generally when you start digging into data and digital marketing, it's always, first of all, a little wake-up call and an awakening, because you realize what the quality of your own data is, or the completeness of the data. So it also starts with a little bit of introspection. As Salesforce would say, for any digital marketing, it's shit in, shit out. So the quality of your own data will reflect a little bit the chances of success on any digital marketing. So I think that was the first thing where we realized, in order to be able to do anything meaningful or impactful on the digital space, you need to have a very solid, comprehensive, clean database. Then you can, have all the upsides of all the channels and make the most of it. And secondly is, once you do use it, look at the results, look at the data, look at what your customers or your audiences are saying they like, that works, that they engage with, and, do more of that, less of what doesn't work. So I think it's a little bit of a virtuous cycle. If you get into it, you understand what data is relevant, what you need to have, how you need to target for better, I'd say, success with your audiences, and then measure and see what worked, what didn't, and start over and do more. So it's, I think, still a continuous learning development. Also because classically within marketing, there's also a lot of KPIs, data angles that people were not necessarily trained to look at. And still it can be very revealing, as overall, if you look at it, there's infinitely more data and interaction that's generated within the digital channels and digital interactions versus physical ones. At the end, it's not about which one's better. It's about looking at it holistically and comprehensively. And for a lot of use cases, I think the source and the value of the digital data that you can get is way higher, and I think more revealing than what you would ever get through physical channels.
Yeah, maybe basically moving beyond the basic stats and
Exactly.
figure out what actually is your target or isn't.
Exactly. And I think within digital channels, it really, it goes into such a level of depth that we can't even, imagine from what's the age group, what are the hobbies, what type of device are they using, via which social media channels are they, searching for your products, at what day or which day of the week or what time of the day.
Active.
Exactly, they're most active, what are their job profiles.
Yeah.
So it's so rich and so comprehensive, and it helps you also understand your customers better and your target audience. And all of that is within reach. I think that's the beauty of data, that it's very, it's neutral. It's not judgmental. It's there, whatever you make of it or don't, up to each person. But at least it gives you insights.
Yeah. So after all, we're actually decoding human behavior, which has to be complex.
It is very complex, and I think at the end you'll never get it 100% right, but you're definitely given more chance to get it a little bit more right than before.
Yeah, I think we learn something new with each report, with each analytics, and I think that's the beauty of data.
Exactly. And sometimes you have hypotheses that get proven, hypotheses that completely disprove what you thought you knew. And so I think it keeps you very agile. It keeps you on your feet, to keep being curious and keep also asking why this or why like that.
More often than not, it's a surprise. I think that happens with social media also. Posts with zero effort have gone into them work way better than posts we have planned and executed and put a lot of effort in. So it's always a surprise.
Exactly, especially because if you think of it, do we have a recipe today of what type of posts would go viral? No.
It's none.
And that's why your audiences also surprise you, but it's important to listen and to understand and decode a little bit more.
Looking ahead, how do you envision digital marketing in the construction industry evolving over the next few years, particularly with technologies like AI, automation, and immersive experiences becoming increasingly mainstream?
I think overall, and I see it from my company where we're at, I think the changes that AI bring are, undeniable. They're there. What we make of it is not yet clear, and how fast we adopt. We're a little bit in the incipient phase of how far should we go, how much data should we share, how much data is it safe to even share. And of course, it's a balance or a bargain that isn't yet fully clear. A lot of companies, including mine, I think, are very afraid to give away too much, because at the end, you don't know what will really happen.
That risk. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what risk it has, whether, also competitors will then benefit potentially from whatever data you share. So I think calibrating this, how far you can go is still ongoing. I'd say the most obvious pickup trends is on trying to save time on certain repetitive tasks, or looking for information, looking for objects. So I think for it now, if I were to summarize how AI is used, is somewhere between Wikipedia plus kind of usage, Google plus internally, like within your own documentation, where did I have this note on this topic? And then I would say it's a beautification. Can I make a PowerPoint presentation more beautiful? Can I generate images on certain topics, etc.? I think these are the use cases that are acceptable or that are considered.
So you can't fully depend on AI for creativity like that. And I think that is where there's this thin line where people would, before using their own wisdom, before using their own brains. It comes directly to AI. So I think that is where we should not be using AI that much, mostly to refine what we already have. Would you agree with that?
I agree, and I think again we haven't yet found the right mix that is considered safe enough from a cybersecurity point of view. Let's say compliant enough of, let's say, you want to generate images that don't compromise in a way your brand integrity or how you're perceived, because I think all of us have already encountered the super AI fake looking.
Yeah, we don't want everything to look the same. After all, it has to have a personality.
Exactly. And I think even the models aren't yet quite there that they can fully integrate, super specific and custom brand guidelines, identities, etc. And I think that's also okay. And the way I see it, it really evolves based on the urgency of the need. So there was, I think, urgency that nobody questions. Let's help people find data faster, or let's help people make sense of data faster. And I think that is something that everyone agrees with, or it's quite generic. Now, do we want to already use AI to replace our human content creators? Maybe not. Yeah, that's debatable. Or do we want AI to receive all of the, let's say, private information on sales, historical trends, proprietary data to help us make sense of it? Also, I think not fully. So at best, I think it's still on an assistant level, or delegate menial repetitive tasks, but keep the intelligence or creative thinking with the people.
Yeah, and I think this is also a very evolving space. Every time we learn something, they change it. It's always evolving. So going with AI is something that we would also fully support, but humans, you can't replace that brain, you can't replace that creativity.
Correct. And I think also from the ones I've used so far, the models aren't yet that sophisticated that you would really trust them as a peer. You trust them as, okay, work, facilitate some of my work, but then I'll make the decisions, or I'll build a strategy based on that.
Yeah. As marketing becomes more data-driven, how is Hilti upskilling teams across the region to think digitally and make decisions that are based on insights?
So I think what we first of all need to have is a little bit of empathy towards our teams and team members. I can give my example. When I went to college, even digital marketing and digital marketing analytics wasn't even a thing. Yeah. They couldn't find anything.
The career did not exist then.
Exactly. The career didn't exist. The curriculum didn't exist. So I think people of my generation, so I think 30 plus, they would have been at best self-taught and learning on the job. That's okay. Younger generation are, I'd say, more technically trained for that. And we've also now reached the point with AI that, to a certain extent, super hard skills or super hard technical skills, like, do I need to code? Do I need to know how to do VBA in Excel? Do I need to know how to do SQL queries? Whatever. For a lot of people, it will become completely skippable, because that's what you can also use AI for simplification. Still, what's very important, I think, is to also demystify a little bit the complexity and help people connect the dots to, I think, more relatable marketing, terminology. Because through the introduction of also digital channels and digital KPIs, I think it can lead to a lot of, confusion for people to say, what does this mean? How do we measure it? Is this accurate? What does it say to us? And at the end, I feel it's not that different from what we would usually want to learn about our customers. Example, back in the days, you had physical stores, you would measure footfall, in a mall or in your store.
Okay. Yeah, the terms are different now. The way of measuring it is different.
Exactly. So how do you want to know, okay, do people come visit my store or see my stuff? Okay. Now, in the digital space, you don't call it footfall, you'd call it visits, sessions,
Total
impressions.
sessions, total engaged sessions. Yeah.
Exactly. But what are you trying to figure out? How many people are seeing my stuff or, coming to my webpage? So at the end, it's also, leading from the front and not being arrogant and having that empathy to bring people along who might not have had the luxury of this very dedicated training and education, and also simplify and demystify to say it's really not, we're not talking a completely different language.
And we're in this with you together. We're also learning as we're going. Yeah.
Exactly. And we're still chasing the same things. We're still rowing in the same direction. Even if what we're doing is on digital channels, what we do is for, creating visibility, understanding around our brand and our products and getting people to buy our stuff. And I think that is as old as time, and it's not that different. And when you really break it down and bring it back to that, that's something relatable that people can understand. And then I think it builds bridges and it creates more shared understanding.
Yeah, and more opportunities to learn. You talk about empathy, and I think that's something that I've noticed in Hilti. It is a great place to work for a reason. So I'm sure there must be a lot of cross-functional communication that would go. So is there a way that you ensure that the teams are well connected, there's proper flow of communication, proper guidelines that are being shared? Because you work in huge numbers. I've seen there's so many people, there's so many processes. So I'm sure there must be something that you guys are doing right. So since you're joining in Hilti, what would you say is the culture that's binding all of it together also?
So I think what defines our culture and how we also develop our people is what we also internally coin as a performance-oriented and caring culture. So yes, we are, I think, quite demanding with our team members from the time we recruit to how we build up their careers. But secondly, we also care to put the right people in the right places. And that's also reflected in the fact that we have a lot of what I call Hilti livers. So you'll meet a lot of people that have started in Hilti and have always only worked in Hilti, which I think is becoming rarer and rarer these days.
I think one common factor between Hilti and TOTHENEW, we have a lot of veterans here. This is one thing that kind of is very similar.
Exactly. And that's also something that's encouraged through cross-functional development. So you do have certain expert career paths where, you're super specialist on a topic and that's what you love doing and you keep doing all your life. And then you have really a lot of people who have in 10 years done sales, marketing, supply chain, a little bit of everything. And at the end, learning on the job is, I think, the most irreplaceable or hard to replicate. And even in, let's say, our development plans or the way we try and develop and help people grow, it's a little bit, I think, 70, 20, 10. 70 is you learn on the job, you learn by doing. Yeah. That's the most valuable. 20 is you learn by exchanges with people. And to 10%, yes, it can be, learning platforms, trainings, education. But we figured out quite early on that what actually helps is the first two. Doing and interacting, that's what will teach you the fastest and the best. And coaching and trainings externally can complement, but they will not yet be able to replace the quality of what you get through doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it also a great place to work.
I think for TOTHENEW, we have coined this term. It's called responsible freedom. People are allowed to do whatever they want, but you have to know that you're doing it responsibly. And I think that's something that really helped us also making that culture that everyone raves about. How important are strategic partners like TOTHENEW in scaling digital impact across diverse markets in APAC?
I'd say overall, it's first of all a sounding board of sanity. And it teaches us, things that we clearly don't know. or that we didn't even think we had to know. So that's first. And it clearly complements skills that we haven't yet developed internally, technically, functionally. But then it also acts as, again, a reality check towards what are other people doing, what's actually working, what are, let's say, new technologies that we should look into, and also catering a little bit to our maturity and needs of what would actually work for us. So having this filtered input and expanding our universe of understanding, I think that's very important, and we would not get that through, let's say, internal means.
Thank you so much, Anna, for sharing your valuable insights. It's lovely to see how Hilti is not just selling tools, or it's not just a construction company. You guys really put a lot of focus into storytelling, data, and it's an honor working with you guys. And thank you for giving us your time today and sharing your insights. It was really, I think everyone learned something today about marketing and how we can make that impact in B2B space.
Thank you for having me. It's cool.
For our listeners, whether you are in construction or any other industry, Ana-Maria's approach reminds us that at the heart of every digital strategy lies a genuine connection with people. Be sure to subscribe to Visionary Voices for more conversations that push the boundaries of business and technology. Until next time.